Year 9, Year 10, Year 11, welcome to an exemplar response on Juliet as a frightened woman. This is the top response, a band 6 response. The students were given the extract where she has just taken the poison off the friar in Act 4, Scene 3. Part A of the question was, how far is Juliet presented as a frightened young woman? And part B was, how is she presented in the rest of the play? So let's have a look what this student has done. Juliet is presented as very frightened within the extract. However, she once again shows that her loyalty and bravery overshadow her fear. Therefore, as she often ignores her reservations and doubts, it is arguably unfair to describe her as frightened. Juliet's first words within the extract are, what if? Immediately we know that Juliet is considering all the terrible outcomes of her future actions. The kind of thinking that could be consequential of fear. She uses phrases like this, for example, how if, or if, and if I wake, continuously throughout the extract. The utilisation of the word if suggests Juliet's fear has made her almost paranoid that awful things are going to happen. She could arguably be afraid of her lack of control over the circumstances, with if also telling us she is aware of this. Simply, Juliet also uses words within a lexical field of fear. Fear, fearful, terror are all used. Juliet's focus on fear could be her way of coping with her own fear, or she could be talking about it because it dominates her subconscious or conscious mind. However, Juliet also gives us reason to believe that labelling her as frightened is unfair. For starters, her use of the iambic pentameter gives her speech a constant tone. The iambic pentameter is also often associated with the heart. Her heartbeat is constant and unwavering. These, a constant tone and heartbeat, are not features commonly associated with somebody who is truly frightened. Furthermore, the stage direction she drinks tells us that Juliet, in spite of her fears, drank the poison, suggesting her bravery is greater than her fear. She even has the confidence to say, I drink to thee, as she drinks. It is almost mocking in its nature, but at the very least shows sincerity. In the play as a whole, Juliet is arguably presented as the tragic heroine, somebody who is a morally good protagonist but with a flaw. Juliet is exceptionally loyal to the point where it is almost self-destructive. She is also presented as independent to an extent, albeit overly reliant on Romeo. Juliet is presented as a very realistic and practical character when she tells Romeo to pronounce it faithfully, if he loves her, as opposed to swearing by the inconstant moon. Here she criticised blasé poetry and excessive romantic imagery, cementing herself as grounded in reality. She is also cautious of her own feelings, seeing too rash, too unadvised, too sudden. The triple adjective suggests she is almost frustrated at herself for having the feelings, and her repeated use of the word too suggests she knows her limits and is smart enough to not want to exceed them. Her realistic and hesitant approaches could stem from intelligence. Her bravery and loyalty are also on display when she makes a stand against her father, Lord Capulet, something seen as highly improper and shocking in Juliet's day, since women were expected to be wholly obedient of men, especially their fathers. Her doing this for Romeo emphasises her loyalty to him and complete devotion. So you can see why that there would have got a top band, honing in on individual words, explaining them in detail, linking it to the question. The argument that she's not frightened as well was very good. We've got mention of context, we've got the iambic pentameter, clearly a student who knows Juliet very well. I hope this is useful. Please check out my YouTube channel for any other videos, and massive good luck in your English literature exam.